When you think of Care Bears, you probably picture rainbows, hugs, and moral lessons wrapped in pastel-colored fur. But what if I told you one of their weirdest villains was a flying, sentient trash can? Meet Robert the Robot Litter Basket, a villain so damn bizarre that he only appeared once, in Care Bears number 8 in 1986. Yet he still left behind a legacy of chaos, junk, and some surprisingly deep themes about technology and identity. The story, The Disappearing Town, starts in the town of Woe. Things are mysteriously vanishing. Small objects, personal belongings, tires, statues. Naturally, the Care Bears, Funshine Bear, Cheer Bear, Grumpy Bear, and Bedtime Bear, step in to investigate. They follow a trail of missing items to a remote desert house, where they meet the Inventor, a classic wacky scientist who builds weird-ass contraptions. But before they can get any answers, they're attacked by a living smoke cloud, one of the Inventor's creations meant to welcome visitors. Because, nothing says friendly greeting like a sentient death fog. At this point, I have to wonder what the hell was the writer on. Was this the result of a late night brainstorming session while chasing the dragon? Or did someone actually sit down and say, you know what the Care Bears are missing? A kleptomaniac trash can with a fucking attitude. Either way, I'm glad they did, because what happens next? Absolute batshit insanity. Flying wire mesh garbage can with a face. The Inventor built him to help collect discarded junk for experiments. But Robert, being a clueless sentient trash bin, doesn't get the difference between garbage and literally everything people own. So instead of just picking up litter, he's stealing every damn thing in sight. Imagine being a kid reading this. You're already afraid the monster under your bed might take your toys. And now Care Bears is out here telling you that a robotic trash can might fly into your house and steal all your shit. Some real nightmare fuel. Care Bears, of course, call him out, but the Inventor is just as shocked. He never meant Robert to turn into a kleptomaniac menace. He tries to fix the situation by reprogramming him. But here's where things get weirdly deep. Robert refuses. In a moment of unexpected self-awareness, Robert declares that he likes himself just the way he is. He doesn't see himself as broken or needing to be fixed. Again, if you're a kid reading this, what kind of message are you getting? On one hand, great, self-acceptance. On the other hand, this self-acceptance is coming from a criminally inclined flying trash can. Are they saying any behavior is fine as long as you're happy with it? Because I guarantee some kid used it when they got caught stealing cookies. Anyway, Robert decides to double down on his lifestyle of theft, tells the Care Bears to go fuck themselves. Metaphorically, of course. Before flying off to continue his reign of junk hoarding terror. So naturally, the Care Bears pull out their biggest weapon, the Care Bears stare. Now, if you really think about it, this moment is kind of horrifying. The stare doesn't just stop Robert, it rewires his entire personality. This isn't a teaching lesson, this is full-blown mind control. Robert goes from being a proud, independent trash can being to suddenly realizing the error of his ways, dedicating himself to putting everything back. And again, as a kid, could leave you with two very concerning takeaways. One, if someone doesn't act the way you want them to, you force them to change. Two, if you ever do something bad, someone could just brain zap you into a completely different person. That's not wholesome, it's terrifying. And then Robert just never appears again. Either because someone at the publisher finally took a step back and thought, wait, what the fuck are we doing? Or because deep down, they realized they had just written a nightmare scenario disguised as a children's story. But for one single issue, Robert the Robot Litter Basket managed to give us one of the weirdest, funniest, and most unintentionally disturbing moments in Care Bears history. Not bad for a fucking flying garbage can. If you enjoyed this trip into the obscure world of Care Bears, hit like, subscribe, and let me know down in the comments. Have you ever heard of Robert the Robot Litter Basket before? Or do you have another weird forgotten villain you'd like me to cover? I know this is a little bit different from some of my normal videos, but I just wanted to do something fun. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.